Well, you know, I'm doing this video because I've had one of my subscribers put in comments to show historical sites around Granbury. Well, you see that building right there? That is the Granbury Courthouse. It's in the very center of town. That's one of the most historical buildings you can find in this town. I've done this one time before, I think in some of my other videos, where I showed some places that were historical. And I know I've showed this town square before. They built a new courthouse, but they still use this one, and they preserve it as a historical marker. This whole town is historical. All these buildings that you see around this square are historical landmarks, basically. Let's see if I can get the... Well, it's not going to show up, but this is was Granbury, Texas's barricade. You can't really read it, but that's one of the historical landmarks. And this, Nellie Gray Robertson, born 1894, was in the sixth and only daughter of the William Jarrett Robertson and Barton Robertson. No, well, I can't read all that. She became the first female county attorney in the state of Texas. And our city was named for General H.B. Granbury, 1831 to 1864. I don't get in trouble for being on the grass. Letter from the Alamo. February 24th, 1836. Signed by William Barrett Travis, Lieutenant Colonel Commander. I'm not sure what this stone is for. Oh, General John Bell Hood. He's the one that Hood County is named after. He served in the Confederacy. So yeah, this town was started back during Davy Crockett, Jesse James, and all of those people, famous people. That's why this town is so historical and famous. I don't know if you can see any of that with the light shining. I can't tell. But yeah, see the way those buildings are shaped and everything? They were buildings that were here back when this town first started, way back in 1800s. Or probably before then. There's apartments above those shops there that people actually lived in. I should have brought my tripod, and I didn't, because I really didn't think I was going to do this. Yeah, all these buildings are historical buildings. They've turned this courthouse basically into a museum. I mean, it's still functional to some point. There's still offices. But, yeah, I'm not sure who that is. I don't think I'm supposed to be working. Oh, Granbury. Erected by the UOC General Granbury chapter number 683 in memory of the Brigadier General H.B. Granbury and his valiant followers. Goodness gracious. Of all things to go off behind me. And you see the date on that. 1861 to 1865. So yeah, this town is historical, y'all. About everything in this whole town, all those buildings are historical buildings. And they've maintained them, they've restored them. They're all turned into shops and different things, but some of them are basically the way they were. They're all apartments upstairs. That building right there on the end was a restaurant. It's being renovated. It was a restaurant downstairs. Cowboys could go in, get their meals, get something to drink, that type of thing. And then if they needed a room for the night, they paid for a room and probably a lady. Because they all said that was a house of ill repute, so to speak. They had basically call girls that worked upstairs. It's all divided up into bedrooms. So you could come get your food and get your lady at the same time. Yeah, I don't know the date on that building, exactly how long it's been there, but it was back in the 1800s. Way back when this town first started, they were some of the original buildings, or they are the original buildings. And the original jail is right off that corner right there. Well, we can walk over there, I guess, if I don't get in trouble from getting on this grass. I know you're not supposed to walk on the grass, but I'm walking on it, aren't I? And it's wet too. We've had so much rain. See, all these shops had rooms upstairs originally. They turned them into apartments, most of them. I think one or two of them were turned into restaurants upstairs, like the Nutshell. They turned the old jail into a museum. Hood County Jail. (1885 to 1978). Can't believe they were still using that in 1978. Oh, you gotta pay to go in. Well, y'all, I'm not going to pay to go in, so. But you can see, it's not very big. It's 2-story. Main building is late Victorian style separate stone kitchen was added upon completion. But no hanging have occurred here. It's a Texas landmark. This whole town is a landmark. So anytime I show you footage of Granbury Town Square, or most of the buildings, especially if they're right on the square, they're all historical buildings. And like I said, they are being renovated over the years so they can maintain the building and the structure and the appearance. And the courthouse is the same way. Even though they built a new courthouse off the square a ways, they don't actually hold court in this building anymore, I don't think. All the courtrooms and trials, things like that, are held somewhere else in the new courthouse. And they built a brand new police station. Let's see who this lady is, because I don't remember. Mary Lou Watkins. A descendant of the Nutt brothers. Yeah, that was the Nutt house right there. It's dinner time at the Nutt house. She's ringing the dinner bell. Yeah, all these buildings are historical, y'all. The names of the shops have changed over the years, but they've renovated them to keep them basically to the way they were. Now the Granbury Live Theater is new. But it probably was like a little walk-in theater earlier on in years. But they put live concerts on in there now. And this building at the very corner, that was a gas station. And I think I showed you in one of the previous videos how they took the gas pumps out. Because you literally drove up into the corner under the canopy there and pumped your gas in your car or truck and then drove out. And you can see that the pumps have been taken out. That area is fenced in, and it's an outside seating area for the restaurant there now. It's called the filling station. They kept the name. We have the Nutshell, the Nut House, St. Helena's, which is historical, and the Granbury Opera House next to it with that big tree in front so you can't see the sign. But that Opera House has been here since probably this town first began. So that's a historical opera house, y'all. They have shows in there every week. So yeah, this is a historical town. Oh goodness, here, fire truck, maybe ambulance, I don't know. I don't know what direction it's going in. Huh. It sounds like they keep getting closer. I don't see anything. Well, they're coming down this way. Know where they're going. It's either a fire or a rescue, either one or the other. I know my brother in North Carolina, Eddie, he's on the volunteer fire department. He's with the first responders, all that. So it's not uncommon for them to get a 911 call, medical emergency, and show up in a fire truck. But anyway, let's see where I'm parked. Well, that is the town square, y'all. And I wished I could have taken you in the jail, but I didn't realize they charged. And I just didn't want to pay $5 to walk in and look. I mean, it's probably worth it, but I did not want to have to do that. And it looks like they got flashback. Flashback celebration, May 17th. That's today, I guess. So we'll continue on with another section of this historical town. This is the new City Hall. It has only been here for a few years. And it's built right off of the square. Pretty good building. They had the police station in there for a while, but they built a new police station down toward where the city park is, and I don't think they use this for police offices anymore. But it is City Hall. This is our old post office. The original post office to Granbury. That's the one I used when I first moved here. Now they have the new one that I went to this morning that's out several blocks out. This is the old Decker Gym, the old administration building, and right beside it back here is the old elementary school. That's where my kids went to school. It's no longer a school. I think they just use the gym and different things for different functions, but it's not used as a school anymore. But that was the intermediate school and the elementary school. The elementary was at this end. And this is the famous Brazos Drive-In. It is still functional. They have movies here every weekend. And you go in by the carload. You pay one fee for a whole carload of people, which I think that's pretty reasonable. And we had a theater back there behind me. I think we've already passed it. Well, y'all, I wanted to take this little bit of time to open some mail that I got today in the mailbox. They were asking if I had gotten this stuff the other day, and I had not, so. It's a thank you card from the family of Dennis Malone. It's a beautiful card. It says, from the family of Dennis Paul Malone, with special thanks and much appreciation. It says, Linda, thank you so much for your gift of X amount of dollars. We will not be getting a headstone for Uncle Dennis. I was laid off from my job. And this is from Stephanie and family. I'm sorry, y'all. All of a sudden got in a coughing fit. But I've talked to her since then, and I think they're going to go ahead and get the headstone. I think it was $500. And like I told her, that's not something you got to jump right off immediately and get. I mean, there's time for that. You know, it don't have to be done like today. So there is time on that. So I appreciate your thank you card, Stephanie. You really didn't have to send it. And I don't know what this one is. Gail Nickel. It's I guess it's the AC blowing air under the table. But it's a thank you card from Gail. She says, thank you so much. It says, the world is a whole lot better place because of people like you who bring so much happiness with the nice things that they do. And with your recent thoughtfulness still very much in mind, this is meant to bring a thank you of the very warmest kind. It says, thank you so much for the seeds, Linda, because I did send her some seeds. I love your shows too. They are the only real life videos. Thank you. Your friend, Gail. Yeah, I was worried about that when I first started my videos because of just the down-to-earth, no put on, nothing special thing that I did in my, my videos. I mean, I've just got a hometown country kitchen. I cook simple food. I don't go extravagant with it. And I don't put on airs. You know, I am what I am, and that's it. I don't pretend to be something I'm not. But I'm glad you like my shows, Gail. Continue watching. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for the thank you card. And thank you so much, Gail, for the thank you card for the seeds that I sent. I appreciate your thoughtfulness. And I guess we'll see you on my next live, okay? Love y'all.